Oh my God. It totally reminds me of Five Will Goes West. Now that you say that, that's
the first thing I think about anytime somebody says Bindle. It's Five Will Goes West. I don't know why. Just like a little mouse in two big clothes.
I immediately think of the spider with the big mustache.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Like I think about that and just like giggle to myself. Like it's just like a
I haven't seen that movie.
Oh my God, forever.
I think since I was like 6.
Yeah. But it's one of those weird, there was a lot of like really in that era, like late 80s, early 90s, maybe even mid 90s. There's a lot of like really weird cartoons, like movies that came out that were like B movies, but that you could readily buy.
Oh yeah. Before we dive into that little side quest, welcome to episode 127 of The Bar is Ankle High.
Yes,
my name is Katie,
and I'm Garet. That part.
So it's actually been a really long time since we recorded. So the last time we recorded, I think was early March. I think it was right after my surgery.
I do remember doing an episode after your surgery. I thought we did another one since then, but maybe not.
No, we haven't. Which is kind of why I was on you about recording. But so this is episode 127. Episode 126 came out on Mother's Day. So it has not yet been Mother's Day for us recording. But do you have any plans for Mother's Day?
No, I actually forgot until I went to do we had that really hot weather and I was kind of panicking because the baby didn't really have any shorts. So I was like, I need to get some more. So I thought I had ordered more summer clothes, but I guess I didn't. So I was on Old Navy and it was like Mother's Day fits. I was like, oh, yeah.
Is that a day that people dress for?
I think it's like a brunch day. So it was a lot of like, you know, springy dresses, and it's just it's capitalism.
I mean,
it's not really.
Yeah, like I understand from like a marketing perspective, you kind of have to do that, but like at the same time, it's just an Easter outfit, folks.
Right. It's like they're just they're bridging that like vacation look and Easter look.
Yeah.
They're like, let's just build one more reason into this, fill our gap.
It drives me nuts.
In the schedule. I know. It sucks. And that was one of those things and I did the same thing. I was like, oh, okay, I guess. Like special outfits for that. But they also, Old Navy does all the like matching, like the family matching outfits too. So they're always looking for a reason to push those.
Yeah. That just reminded me of people we know who had like professional monthly portraits of their child done for the first year of life.
That's because they sell them to you in the hospital. They literally come into the room and they're like, would you like newborn pictures? And then they like sell you a package where you go every month. Isn't that crazy? Like at no point do you get a break from capitalism. Like speaking of the Old Navy thing, like you can't escape it. Oh, you almost died 24 hours ago. Would you like this picture package from Picture People? Like, just give me a minute. What do you see?
It's just Sophie. But she's like trying to look out the window, but then was like trying to back up because the curtain is closed and like couldn't work that out. So I thought she was going to fall over, and
rip
the
the
window
curtain
that
down.
She's trying to look at is right above their food dish. So I thought there was going to be like a calamity.
And then she would like fully go flying and then scare all the other kids.
Like 2.5 gallons of water gets tipped over. Like just a real lovely thing to happen next to the power strip that my computer's plugged into.
Yeah.
So you said that you had to get shorts for the baby. Did you want to announce anything?
Oh, I probably, because I guess I probably
you don't have to. I can cut it, but I just didn't know if you wanted to.
Like I probably should. Yes, we have a baby due in September. So I am 16 weeks recording now, but.
So you'll be about.
I want to say Mother's Day is about half weeks.
22
half weeks. Halfway.
You'll be about 22 weeks when this comes out.
Yes.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you.
How are you feeling
Thanks.
now that you've gotten through the first trimester?
Oh my God. That was really rough.
From a tired perspective, not from like a emotionally charged situation perspective, but we can talk about that too.
Yes, first trimester is really rough. This is my third time having gone through first trimester, and it's not great. Like every now and then you'll talk to somebody and you're like, oh, how are you feeling? I'm like, pretty good. And like, I do generally feel like I don't feel terrible. Like now I've turned the corner, like I'm physically feeling better, but I know it's fleeting. And I'm just going to like launch into very hot weather and being as wide as I am tall. And then recovering from birth and, you know, surviving newborn time. So, like knowing what's coming is also, there's a little bit, I thought I would be a little bit less like, I don't know, like less, not nervous. Like I just feel like my shit's going to get rocked and like I know my shit's going to get rocked.
So does it feel kind of like you're almost dreading it a little bit? Like, because you know it's going to be shitty, but like not because you're dreading that you're going to have this new little baby. No. But like, yeah, that's
I'm like, dreading fourth trimester, like getting through like recovery from a C-section, and our house has a lot of stairs. So it's like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But also juggling 2 and then going back to work with 2.
Stairs in your house after a C-section.
There's
Christ.
So many stairs.
So many stairs.
And I think about it 500 times a day. Because I'm just like, I mean, the number of times that you're like running to the kitchen in that stage is just like, but I'm like troubleshooting some workarounds for myself. So, but I also, because I know what's coming, I can like prepare for some gaps that I probably had before. Mm-hmm. We're going to have a postpartum doula, which I'm so excited about. I found this really lovely person who we haven't set on a schedule, but we'll come in like a few days a week, like during the day while my toddler's in daycare. I'll be able to like pump and then have somebody like take care of the baby for like 3-4 hours.
Oh my God.
And then pump and then take back over. So I'm like, that's like, time I can rest.
Fucking nap.
Sleep. Like I can go for a walk if I want to go for a walk. If I just want to like leave the house and get a cup of coffee, like it just gives me some breathing room to get me through like that hump.
Yeah.
And someone who's like a professional where I'm not just like trying to yeet my child and run. To somebody who it just feels like they have to accept, you know what I mean? Versus like having somebody who's like a professional, it removes the guilt from it. That I would feel like putting my responsibilities on somebody else. So even though like logically it's important, it's still like this is my responsibility. So
it's still an infant. Like
yes. It's just like, this is, so I'm really excited about that. Having a doula.
Yeah, that's what my friend Jess does that you met at my wedding. And she loves it. She's like, I just get all the baby snuggles and like, she's like, it's the best.
Yeah. And this, I'm trying to think if like this lady also she does like Reiki, but she also does like, she's a birth doula and she's on the same hospital I'll be delivering at. She's on their like per diem doula list. Oh. So like she comes in and functions as a birth doula for somebody who's just like our local hospital now has a program for that, which I was really amazed because like for a very, like a typical, like a very standard hospital setting for a birth. It's not a birthing center. It's like our level 1 trauma, like the hospital in the area.
And it's attached to a medical school. And
yes, it's a teaching hospital.
So it's very left brain, right?
Yeah, it's like very traditional by the book, like medical facility.
Yeah.
So the fact that they were very open to me having a birth doula when I had my daughter a few years ago, like, yeah, whatever you want to do, you want the lights low, like really trying to make me comfortable, which was really nice. Postpartum was like, it's a totally different story. But I was really impressed with that it was that receptive. And then for them to come so far is like to have people on their, you know, in their Rolodex where you can just have a doula come in just for birth, which is amazing. And makes it so much more accessible for people too.
Precisely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do wonder to what extent they get billed for that anyway, and their insurance doesn't cover it potentially. But like,
I think it's part of like the birthing experience there, like part of the package that they,
well, that's
I think
good,
it's just like a
at
standard
least.
offer.
Yeah.
That I don't have to then pay like separately.
It's not like getting a separate
That's my
bill from,
understanding.
like, an anesthesiologist or something where you're like,
Right.
cool, thanks.
Yeah, great. Oh, an ambulance.
I didn't
bill
realize
for
it was
getting there?
optional to be awake during my surgery. Had I known,
100. Oh,
I would have shopped around and researched.
Oh, for the bed even. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sure. For the food, great. The American health system is, I mean, I'm very fortunate in that my, health insurance plan, I mean, it was in the hospital like the maximum amount of time I could be. It was like an induction and a C-section. So it was just like a very expensive hospital stay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, you were there for at least 5 days, I think.
We went in for a Monday induction and we left Thursday afternoon or Friday morning.
Yeah. Yeah, you were there all week. Because I remember being like, okay. Like, I didn't want to bother you, but also I was like, this is boring. My friend's not out to play.
I asked, I was like, when's the soonest I can leave? And they told me like, Wednesday, like late in the day Wednesday. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll be ready to go. And that's when I told the doctor the next morning was that I felt like I got run over by a bus and the bus sucked on my nipples really hard. And she was like, that's a really weird bus. And I was like, I know. It's really bad.
Hey, Doc, there's a lid for every pot. Let's not judge kinks. Okay.
And I'm like, I just think about that and I laugh because I'm like, oh, that is. So it was really one of those like, oh, I'm in more pain than I expected. And it was an opportunity to have somebody else be taken. They had a nursery. I don't know that they do now. But at the time they had a nursery, so they could take the baby for. Oh,
I'm sure they still have a nursery because that they did when my mom worked there in the 90s and early aughts.
No, I mean like just like in the last couple of years, since I delivered, because somebody else is going to deliver there and said, I don't think they do that. I don't think they like do that as a thing, like a default thing where you can just like send them to the nursery. That's other hospital
bananas if they don't do that because
the other hospital doesn't. St. Peter's
did that.
Does not.
They've done that always because when I, for whatever reason, I'd like run in with my mom sometimes if she had to like check her schedule or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'd always stop at the nursery to look at the babies. That's like the best part. It's a little baby zoo. You get to go look at them.
And I don't think they do it anymore. A lot of places are shifting over to just having the baby in with you. Which
did you see,
some people love and other people are like.
Did you ever watch The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel?
No, I didn't watch that.
So at one point, her best friend has a baby. And so she goes to visit her in the hospital. And it's the 50s. So whatever. But
the husbands are smoking cigars. And
yeah, like the husbands, they're like present-ish.
Hanging out at the bar across the street while
the friend is in the bed, having just delivered. And, makeup, hair done, the whole nine. And then she goes, oh, so do you want to see her? And there's like a drawer next to her and she pulls it out of the wall and that's where the baby drawer is. It was so cool, but like clear. It was also very clear that like the way they set it up, like that was the nursery. So it's almost like your drawer for your kid just went into the nursery and you could pull it out.
Oh,
but
I see what you mean.
Almost
like
all the rooms were around the nursery.
That is also, I feel like that was a big thing. Like there's also those videos of like those cat things for the window so they can go out.
Oh yeah. I would
like they had like those for babies. Like that was a thing for a while. So it's just funny like
in the
you
cities.
see.
Yeah. And then was it Eric Clapton made the saddest song ever made?
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
And then how many years later was Michael Jackson dangling his child over a balcony railing in front of the paparazzi?
Yeah, the child named Blanket. I really think that we could have I think that is the point. Michael Jackson started the celebrity baby naming problem.
I did not, when you said that was the point at which I'm like, oh, this could go. I really thought we were going down a darker route.
No, I think it's when he named his kid Blanket.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Like we're just using nouns now. We're not using names.
I mean, yeah, because then after that, there was Gwyneth Paltrow naming her child Apple. There's Blue, Ivy, North.
Yeah. We're just saying words now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. This is my son Burrito.
Waffle.
But yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks.
I mean, I've already said it obviously in person, but you know,
yes,
the listeners don't know that.
It's been a time.
Yeah, it turns out that our wedding was like a super spreader event for pregnancies because
I didn't get pregnant until a month later.
That's what you think. And but no, since
I mean, I do know for sure.
Of the people who attended our wedding, there's I think 3 or 4 people who are pregnant now from people who attended our wedding. And,
and it wasn't a big wedding.
It was not a big wedding. There was 65 guests. So I think less, actually. I think there was
8%
60
of the
guests. Yeah. But yeah, in any event, we were talking about the 90s straight to VHS movies that we watched.
B movies.
Like, yeah. Five Goes West. Secret
the Brave
of the
Little
was
Toaster.
Always, Brave Little Toaster. Yeah. There was also one that like I managed to find on YouTube at some point because I always had this like one little bit of a song stuck in my head. So I was just like, what was the name of that movie it was from? Because I remember it was like this cartoon story about Rumpelstiltskin and all these things. And I was like, I have no idea. Like, I have never seen that video again. And I know that we like wore out the tape on that video. Like we watched it constantly. And I find it on YouTube and it was like a free mailed to your house video from whatever the fuck.
The 90s when someone could just mail a videotape to your house and you would watch it.
Well, right, because we hadn't seen The Ring yet. And so
oh my God.
But yeah, it was just like why like I was watching it and I like sent it to my brother and I was like, do you remember that video? Blah blah blah. And he was like, I mean, like kind of. And then he watched it and he's like, oh my God, yes, I absolutely remember this. And I was like, yeah, it was really bizarre. And I watched it and I was like, oh, this story is heinous. Her father sold her to a fat old like tax collector for the king when she was like she looked like 13 in the video, and this guy was like very Tammany Hall-esque. Like, it was disgusting. And then she had to weave because the father was like, oh yeah, my daughter keeps me rich and that blah blah blah, like she can weave anything blah blah blah, like she weaves straw into gold. So like it was just like a very dark story. Like watching it I was like, yeah, why was this the story? Like is this the watered down version of how Rumpelstiltskin ended up helping her? Like what the hell? That's absolutely bizarre. Nuts. But yeah, so that but
finding it is very satisfying. That definitely like really scratches an itch like in your brain. Like, do you remember the Page Master? I used to love that one too. Yeah. I loved that book. Or Fern Gully movie.
Fern Gully is amazing. Also, Robin Williams is in it, which is also just like such a special. And Tim Curry.
Yep. No, I was muted for a second because there was a motorcycle going by. It was really loud.
Okay. I was like, why did you get muted? What happened?
No, for once that was intentional. It's not an accidental.
Yeah, it's been wild. How's the farm going now that we're heavily into spring?
Yeah, thank God. Although we got that random like snow the other day and it was really cold.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
No, me too. We came down the morning and I told my daughter that we were cranky because it was snowing, and every time she looked at it, she was like, cranky. I was like, yeah, cranky. The farm's doing really good. We have a farmer here she's about ready to start selling our eggs at market and start doing farmers markets and is growing stuff, and it's a hop in place.
Cool.
Got more chickens. I'm trying to talk my spouse into some guinea hens because we have ticks and I'm sick of it.
Fair enough.
And turns out when you buy guinea keats is what they're called, the babies, chickens and ducks you can buy sexed. So they give them to you with the understanding you're getting like a straight run of females. You can't sex guinea keats until they're like much older. It's like impossible. So when you buy them, you don't actually know what you're getting, which I don't love.
So you may also end up being a guinea hen farm.
Yes. Which no one wants, myself
for processing.
No one wants it. So I'm like, but I did talk to somebody at work who is looking for guinea hens, but also you can only buy them in like large quantities. Like some places, the smallest number you can buy is like 15. And like plenty of places have like a minimum, but like,
I mean, I guess they take up less space. So
no, they're pretty big.
Really?
Yeah, like bigger than a chicken. And they're actually like wild.
Oh, I thought they would be like
they're not domesticated.
Guinea pigs are small versions of pigs.
Oh no. No, like quail. Quail are really tiny like that.
Yeah, I thought it would be like a quail.
No, they're a little bit bigger. I want to say
I'm sure
like
I
a little
wasn't
bit
alone.
bigger than a chicken.
I'm sure other people also
I don't expect
itty-bitties.
anybody to be up to date with their guinea hen knowledge. So it's like zero judgment. I'm trying to let me see if I can find like a good picture of one. But they only sell them in like these large quantities. So there was like somebody who was willing to like split. I think 6 was the smallest quantity I could find. I'm like, oh, we could split them 50-50. Oh yeah. See, so like this is like in comparison with a chicken. They're like maybe a little bit beefier than a chicken.
Okay. Yeah.
It's these guys back
here. They look like they have the body type of a pheasant.
Yeah, they've got this weird like teardrop. They're hideous.
Yeah.
I mean, they're absolutely hideous and they're loud. But apparently they eat like thousands of ticks a day. And they also are like...
Their feathers are very pretty though.
Yeah, they almost look speckled and they have all different kinds. Their faces are just like straight out of a horror movie.
On Patreon, I will insert a picture so that
everybody else can be horrified.
You can see
by how hideous
join our
these
Patreon if you're that interested.
Because this is the things that I Google: where to source guinea keats, how to sex a guinea keat.
They're called keats.
I know, it is cute. It's like the only
Which
cute thing
again,
about
like
them.
of course, like why wouldn't they be smaller than chickens?
Oh yeah, no,
like you're giving like this is the guinea diddle and the
what was it a bindle a biddle?
Yeah, you get a bindle of guinea hens.
Yeah, keats.
Of guinea keats, and they're all the size of a penny, but not an American penny, like a euro penny, so extra teeny.
Yeah.
Of course, and you put them in water and then they grow
overnight.
Yeah,
or you can put them in the oven and they're a shrinky dink.
Right. Potato, tomato. When you're done with them, you put them in the oven and they shrink up.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where we are with farm stuff. But I'm getting my garden in, and I had to repot all of my tomatoes because the thing they were in was too small and they stopped growing. And then I had to repot my zucchini and my eggplant, which is just like highly annoying knowing that in like 2-3 weeks they're going outside.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to try and give them an extra boost because they were like really not looking good. They sprouted fine, but they just like were too small. The container they were in was too small, so they stopped progressing.
Yeah, I think I currently have 3 living cucumber seedlings.
I have a shit ton if you want some of mine. I mean, if they make it that long.
Yeah, I absolutely will. Last weekend or the weekend before, I think it was last weekend. Well, the weekend before we took your truck and got a bunch of dirt, and my doctor yelled at me for doing yard work. So that meant that PK had to shovel all of the dirt. everywhere that I wanted it. And then, which included filling up 2 raised beds, one of which collapsed because I couldn't help try to move it, because it looked like it was going to collapse. And it probably would have, given that like crazy thunderstorm we got earlier this week.
Oh yeah, with that wind. Yeah.
So like whatever, but it ended up collapsing. And so it's just like whatever.
A comedy of errors.
Yeah. It's like, but yeah, so I did that. And then I direct sewed some pole beans because the pole beans that I had in my basement have been mangled by my cats. Just the girls in particular, because of course it's them.
Mm-hmm. They were flicking your beans.
Yep.
That was a Katie joke that
was a Katie joke. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I have those. I have my garlic too, but then I also put some bush beans out. And I did what you did with the lettuce and just threw it all in there. Into one of the raised beds. I planted as many seeds for herbs that I could. So we'll see how that goes. But I had put these, they're like 3 foot by 3 foot little greenhouse tents over my already there raised beds. And I had 2 of them up because I direct sewed some onions and then the herbs. And it was still just a little chilly in the morning. So I was like, I'll just greenhouse them. And when we had that storm come through, thankfully I was home before it hit us. But even though I had put a couple bricks on the bottom of those little greenhouse things and like staked them, they were no match for the wind.
It was intense.
Like literally caught them just in time. But also I had just come home from work and I hadn't changed. So I was in my heels running around my yard because I also didn't want to step in any surprise cocoa bombs. While I'm chasing these things. So yeah, it was a little bit hectic for a minute there, but hold on.
I heard the little
I think someone's trying to escape.
It was so pitiful.
Yeah, so I was home from work and that's a surprise because I got a new job, which is news.
That's right.
Podcast. Yeah.
That's right.
So I did leave my old job. I got a new job, still public sector, but big pay raise, huge career advancement in so
much more prestigious.
Yeah. Yeah, so my commute is much longer, though, as a result. It's pretty much doubled my commuting time.
How long does it take you to get there?
It's about 40 minutes.
That sucks.
Yeah. But I don't mind because I'm always listening to podcasts anyway. So, like, I personally don't care. And
it's actually nice for, like, decompression time in the evening.
That's, like, yeah. And, like, I used to start my day usually around 7:30 in the morning, which like isn't the end of the world. Like we had a flex schedule. So I could pretty much start it anytime between 7:30 and 9:30, which was great. Like if I had a doctor's appointment or something.
Oh yeah.
But, having that extra time in the morning is kind of amazing. Like not the greatest to be like getting home at like 5:45 and like all that stuff, because also now like it's been an adjustment for PK as well, because previously when he'd get home I'd already have dinner going when he got home at 5:30, and so now we both get home and I think he's not used to having to be like, we both have to have a plan. So there's a little bit of an adjustment there, I think, that's happening, which I'm not upset about, but I also am not eating very much. So like part of it is like I don't really care. Like I can do girl dinner on like a thing of string cheese and like a couple pieces of turkey, like deli turkey meat. Like I'm good. So yeah, that's been an adjustment for him, but it is also nice because now we work for the same agency, so we can Teams message each other
Oh,
during the
that's
day.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's handy.
Yeah. And we did I think it was my first day. We had like lunch together on Teams.
Oh, cute.
Which was like it was a cute little fun thing to do. But yeah. So
it is an adjustment. Like I know I don't have a long commute anymore, but I'm in the office every day. And I was also part-time for a little bit after coming back from maternity leave. So this is like I've gone now to like fully in the office every day. All day. So I think like it has shifted then all of my, laundry, cleaning, errands, like everything is now relegated to the weekends. Which sucks because I don't really rest during the week. So now I don't rest on the weekend either, which is a blast. I'm doing really good.
Yeah, the nice thing about my new commute is that I basically have like 3 different routes that I can take home. They all take about the same amount of time, but like if there's like snow, I can just take the highway and not worry about like surface routes or whatever.
Right.
And if there's like a car accident or whatever, I'm not stuck.
Doomed.
Which is what happened before because I was always on the highway and that was it. Like,
and it's an aggressive drive.
It's a really aggressive drive.
Yeah.
And it's like I could take other routes to my previous job, but you have to make that decision immediately.
Yes.
So like there's no way to like bail out halfway through if it's a shitty commute.
It's committing all to one or all to the other for sure.
So like it's nice that I have a lot of different ways to work around things, which actually worked out the other day because a state trooper flipped his car on Route 50. And that was that accident happened at 12:30 p.m. and at 5:30 the road was still closed and there was a detour up. So luckily,
and there's already like a detour because there's another bridge closed. So the traffic, it has like two vessels.
What bridge is closed?
There's a bridge in Glenville that's closed. It's been closed for like years.
The one that not the one that everybody keeps hitting.
No, but it like shifts all of the traffic then to like 2 main routes. So it's like it gets it's like very bottlenecked in that area anyway. So then to eliminate one of the main thoroughfares for like a whole day is bonkers.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I think part of it was like it was a state trooper in the crash and blah, blah, blah. So then they have to get all their special fancy pants investigators on the scene. Yeah. But also he managed to take out 2 or 3 telephone poles. So they had to reinstall 2 or 3 telephone poles. I was like, oh, at least it was closed for a reason. Like,
yes.
Like it wasn't just like the state troopers are like, so what happened here? Like,
or like you'll be on the highway and it's like bumper to bumper for like an hour and you finally get to what's going on and it's somebody with a flat tire and you're like, what?
See, at least, and that's the thing. So that's the difference with the commute. It's like now if there's a slow up like that, there's like a legitimate thing, not just like somebody, has a hangnail.
Yes. Because that's how it feels sometimes. You get up there and you're like,
yeah,
really?
Awful. The worst.
That's nice at least. Like and you have like stuff on the way.
Yeah. So that was like the other thing I was thinking was like, so even if I do have to run an errand on my way home, there are a lot of different places I can stop to do that.
Right.
That don't require me to like go out of my way or add a huge amount of time to my commute. And like I got my car washed on the way home yesterday and like that was super easy.
That's great.
All sorts of things that I have at my disposal.
Yeah.
But I went from a 12-mile commute to a 20-mile commute that also doubled the commute time. So
yeah.
Now I'm looking at getting a hybrid because what the fuck are these gas prices?
Yeah. And I just switched to a hybrid and I'm getting like over 30 miles per gallon right now. And it's great. I also hit a fucking shovel the other day on the highway and the car did not fall apart. So
I don't know. I still don't know how you hit a shovel, but also, yeah, my mom loved her minivan. Loved it. Absolutely
I'm
loved
so
it.
far huge fan.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just with one child. So I can't even imagine when I have to like juggle two, how much easier it's going to be.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and when my mom had a minivan, there was only a door on one side of it.
Yeah. You can open both sides now.
I am old.
And it had like an actual like track, and you had to like pull the handle out, and then it would like slide back. Yeah. No, this like I can push buttons on my keys. I can push a button on the door or from inside the car, and it'll close the side doors, which is very cool. And my toddler's obsessed with and constantly wants to open and close the doors. But she has to guide them. She won't let them just open and close on their own. She has to push the button and then like show them where to go. It's great.
She's going to be a flight attendant someday.
Honestly, the motion is very similar to a flight attendant closing the overhead bins.
Yes.
She does that and I'm like, oh, all right, sure. Yeah.
As long as she doesn't do what that person who was demonstrating the Tesla truck did with the trunk and was like, see, it has like a thing to stop for fingers. And he like showed with like a carrot and was like, see, it stops. And like the trunk comes down and opens like as it sensed or like got close to the carrot. And so he did it with his finger and then it shut on his finger. I
haven't seen that video.
Yeah, it's wild. I'll send
anything with Cybertrucks or Teslas going wrong. Like there was one day I texted you because there was like literally an inch of snow. And I was on like kind of a twisty turny road, but there was a guy in a Tesla who fully just like ate it. He was just like went off the road, like slid on a turn. It was like a turn and he just went.
But I feel like you have to be driving like an asshole.
Probably.
Like that probably. Or your tires are plastic instead of rubber.
Well, and you're also driving something like are they known for being good in the snow?
I have no idea.
Or having all-wheel drive? Like, I don't think so. So
I don't know. I mean, I thought the whole point was that they were all-wheel drive at least. But fuck if I know.
Yeah, I don't know. So I am loving having a hybrid. I will say that. I think I've used like a quarter tank of gas.
That's crazy.
And it's a minivan. It's big. So I'm pretty impressed. I'm also a little tortured by it. Because I'm just like always trying to get it a little bit higher.
Oh, I do that all the time with my non-hybrid car.
Yeah.
I'm like, why did it go down from 28.8 to 28.7? What changed?
Yeah. Shit, I got to get it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Like mine before, it would only show like it was already bad because I was warming up my car in the winter. Yeah. So it was like I was.
You have to do that 25. Though. That's like. Don't offer remote start then. Like, fuck out of here. No.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I love how mad you got
about that should not go towards my miles per gallon.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the engine's running and you're not driving, so it just.
I understand that the engine's running and like it's using some gas, but like, eat my dick.
I didn't realize it until it hit wintertime, and I was like, I was really paying attention to it, and I was like, what the? I went from like 27 to like 25.
I'm surprised that your last car wasn't a hybrid. I don't know why I thought it was.
No, it wasn't. Because I was going to have to wait like 2 months for a hybrid to come in.
And you didn't have air conditioning.
I didn't have air conditioning. And I was very pregnant. And it was also wildfire season. Oh, and they were telling people to wear masks that were like immune compromised or pregnant. So I was driving with my windows up. And it was like 85, 90 degrees. And I couldn't breathe. And I was like, we're just gonna go ahead and trade this car in. It was well loved.
Yeah, I did have my oil change recently on my current car, which is a 2018 CRV. And because my car's paid off and it's so old, every time I go, I get harassed. Like, do you want to sell us your car? You want to sell us your car? And only because of this new job that I was like, actually, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it's a 8-year-old car that has less than 75,000 miles on it. So like
that's where I was at with mine.
Mechanically speaking, there's no reason for me to
Right.
get rid of this car. But during that visit, they didn't harass me about selling it, but I also had a different appointment to be at. So I was like, look, today's not the day. Like, shoot me an email. You have all my contact information. I have to be somewhere else. Like, I cannot sit and chat.
Yeah.
But they were like, oh, you also need, like, I needed my rear brakes and rotors done, which I knew. I had the front ones done last year. So, like, whatever. But you also need a new, like, cabin air filter. They were going to charge me $149 to replace my cabin air filter. And I was like, that can't be right. And so I look it up, and it's effectively the same process, like simplicity wise, as changing the battery in your key fob. So I was like,
oh yeah, it's just like they just like pop it out.
Oh my, I'll be mad about it for the rest of $149.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? The part I got from Amazon was like an expensive version of an air filter, and it was $12.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
It took me 0.9 seconds to replace it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it just like slides out, right? Is it in your like
it's behind
in the
your
passenger
glove
seat?
box.
Yeah.
So like it was like, for me, I had to like, you kind of like squeeze the edges of your glove box together and like lift it out, and then so that because normally when you open your glove box, it stops at a certain point. This just takes off that stopper, so it'll open all the way, and then behind it there's like a little like a VHS cassette deck.
Yeah, it's like a dryer lint thing.
Kinda, yeah. And
yeah,
you
like
just
it just slides
pull it
out
out and put it in and put the cover back on it, and that's it. And so I was like, no.
Are you going to start
I was so mad.
Charging everybody to change their cabin filter?
Well, and then I was like
so crazy.
Checking for hybrids. I wanted to know, like, is there a difference in the cost of maintenance and all these things? And like, how often do I have to change the oil? More often or less? And it turns out it's way less. So, but I was looking at the cost of that because Toyotas include routine maintenance for the first 2 years that you have the car. Hondas do not. So I was like trying to compare, like, how much is that actually, affecting?
Because they are like very comparable brands.
They're extremely comparable brands, but Toyotas seem to be running a little bit more expensive. And they did just have a redesign on their RAV4, which is perhaps part of it. The CRV is probably going to get redesigned next year, which will really piss me off. But in any event, so I'm like looking up the costs. And so when I logged into the Honda website to like see what the cost of the oil changes are and whatever, it like listed all the things that like they recommended last time. And it was like 4 different things. And I was like, first of all, you only asked me about 2. So I was like, I don't know. But like, that's why I remembered the price of the cabin filter. Because then I just went to a different mechanic to get the brakes done. Because I was like, well, if I'm not going to sell the car, I definitely want my brakes done. Oh, that was the other thing that they did yell at me about it. It was because last like September or so, I got like 2 flats or whatever, like holes in 2 different tires. So I had to replace 2 of my tires. And I always get my tires from Adirondack Tire because they have like a warranty package that you can buy for like $8 per tire, and it'll cover them for life.
Oh, nice.
But they didn't offer it to me the last time I had purchased those tires. So whatever. In any event, they didn't have the exact same tires. They had like the next generation of it. So it looks like my tires don't match, but they do, basically. They just don't have exactly the same tread wear, which I get. It's an all-wheel drive car and it matters and whatever.
No, I know.
However, it doesn't matter. So like real, it's the sort of thing where like, and I said to the guy that put the tires on, I was like, okay, so like if I was your niece, would you be concerned if I'm driving this car without all the tires completely matching? And he was like, no, not really. He's like, you're just driving to work? And I was like, yeah, that's all I use this car for.
Yeah, it's not NASCAR.
Like, that's just it. Like, I'm not doing drag race. Like,
you're only going to work? Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where I'm a like,
long-haul trucker from my CRV.
Right. And like, oh, it can affect your alignment and whatever. And I'm like, okay, but then you just get the car realigned. Like, that's still cheaper than these $250 tires.
Right.
So like, whatever. but yeah, so I was logging in to see like what they could charge for their oil change because I never really pay attention. I just kind of just go. But yeah, so now I'm in this like special circle of hell that is car shopping.
Yes.
And so we'll see. But I'm going up to where you got your car this afternoon, so we'll see what they say.
Oh, good luck. A lot of Axe body spray. Just a lot of men.
It's just tough because like the problem is, and I had like posted this on our threads, the pods thread a bit, but like there needs to be like a set standard equipment list. Like for example, a backup camera. That is they're legally required to include a backup camera on every vehicle built after 2019.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, me neither.
Right. So like, why are
I
you
could be
counting
wrong.
that
It
as
might
special
actually,
equipment?
it might be 2015 that they're required to have
shit.
it. But yeah, so exactly.
No idea.
Don't sell that to me like, oh, well, we have this backup camera. Like, I'm not even certain. They might have to
This has
include
seat
rear.
belts.
Right. Exactly. Oh, there's seat belts. There's a couple descriptions where like, it's like, just list all the specs of the car. Driver's seat. Hey guys, I didn't realize there was like a bring your own bucket situation for me to sit on. Like, what do you mean a driver's seat isn't a amenity? Like, duh. And like somebody, I was like, also don't list air conditioning. Of course there's air conditioning. And then like somebody on threads was like, well, actually it's like, you know, blah, blah, blah. We did like a fleet order for vehicles and da, da, da. And I was like, okay, well, a fleet vehicle is a little bit different than a personal vehicle, isn't it? And also, if it automatically comes with heat, it should automatically come with air conditioning. And somebody's like, well, it's a completely different system. You have to have a compressor. And I was like, it's not a completely different system. You are adding something in to a system that already exists. If I can turn off the fans and turn them on and change the temperature of the heat, it is not simply dispersing the engine heat into the car. Like, there's more to it than that. So like, no, I refuse. It is 2026. Heat, air conditioning, power windows and locks, backup camera, windows in general. I mean, like all of these things. Like, oh, you have airbags? Thank you. You're required to give them to me. Like,
yes,
I care that they work. Can you guarantee? Like,
hey Honda, can you guarantee that there's not metal shards in them?
Right. Like, oh, it also comes with 4 wheels and the tires to go on the wheels. Thank you. Like what? Like at what point? Like, and so I was just like, I'm like at the point where I'm like, it's so frustrating because there's like, oh, the rear seats include the latch tether system. You're required to give me that. I don't care. If I didn't need it, you can't remove it. So what difference does it make? Like, stop offering me this. But like what I require in my car at this point is at a bare minimum heated seats.
Yeah. And all-wheel drive.
And all-wheel drive. And now hybrid, at least. And I would love to do an all-electric vehicle. It just isn't feasible because usually when we go on a vacation, we're driving somewhere. And like,
well, and it's not, we don't have the infrastructure for them right now.
Well, that's just it. Like, even if I were to, like, I know that like where we're going this summer, I know that there are charging stations around, but like, they're also saying like, oh, it takes 8 hours for a full charge, or you can do from 10% to 80% in 15 minutes. And I'm like, well, I don't understand the difference then.
Did you see in China, they have hybrids now that like, they charge a full battery in the time it takes to like pump a tank of gas. Like they're so far ahead of us with electric vehicles that it's like.
Did you hear about the Honda has a fuel cell HRV in California?
Oh, no, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, so it runs on hydrogen, and only a few dealerships in California sell it. But there's, I guess, because in that area there's also refueling stations, but it takes about 3 to 5 minutes to completely refill your tank of hydrogen, and the only output from using the car is water. Is that not insane?
Why can't we have nice things?
I know.
Like I was like rail and
I was like
hydrogen cars.
I know. I was like, so I was reading about it and I was like, fucking California.
It's so
never going to get out here. Like, it's never going to make it to New York.
It's also that feeling of like, oh, yeah, you know what? We do have the solution to all these problems, but we just insist on pumping dead dinosaurs out of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck?
Yes.
I mean, happy for you, California. Good for you. It's like when you talk to somebody and you're feeling like garbage from pregnancy and they have no symptoms. You know what? Personal level, really happy for you. Every other way, go fuck yourself. I hate you.
I don't even know that you could say on a personal level, I'm happy for you. I think you could say like objectively, I'm happy for you.
Yes. Yeah, that's more fair. Objectively. Yes. Objectively.
Subjectively, I hope you stub your toe.
Yes. Yes. Like, that is great for you. But fuck you.
Yeah, no, I was reading about that and I was like, okay, so that's not an option. But that, and again, like that's the thing with like normally, I think like for day to day, an electric vehicle would absolutely be fine for like my regular daily driver commuting around town, whatever. And like theoretically, if like PK has a gas car, like we could take his car on vacation. It's not the end of the world, or we could like rent a car. But like also I'd have to install the fancy charger, which isn't the end of the world. Like there's room in our panel for it, like whatever. But that's another like grand 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
And then from what I can tell, they're saying it like the monthly cost of recharging an electric vehicle adds about $30 to $40 to your energy bill each month, which is basically what I spend on a tank of gas. So, well, it's less than what I spend on a tank of gas.
Like
these
half,
days.
yeah. Yeah. The way fucking gas prices are.
So, you know, like it is more economical in that sense. It's just like all these different factors where I'm like,
there's a lot
like
of factors.
Just like, and part of it is, I think, like a little bit of like the ADHD, like the bar to entry. Like there's so many different things that I have to consider that it's
you get
like,
decision
you know what?
fatigue.
Yeah. Like I'm just going to go with the hybrid for now. And like, I'll just lease it. And then in 3 years, if there's a better option, if we have hydrogen cars over here, then I can go with that. Like, it's just like all those different
Or if
things.
you want to buy it out, you'll get a good deal because you're buying out a lease.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just like in the middle of that. And I'm like, so I'm between, because also, I don't know. I'm all over the place. Like either it'll be like a mid to top range CRV hybrid, or it'll be a mid range to low mid range RAV4, or the highest end Hyundai Tucson, which is still somehow cheaper than both of those.
It is. And just like the price of cars right now is so insanely high. Like, I mean,
well, and it's not going to go down. We keep closing the straight or opening it or closing it or whatever.
Etching it. It's like, and then you go to the car dealership and you have to sit and talk to this finance manager who, after the salesperson just spent how much time telling you how great the vehicle is, now this guy's going to make you feel like everything's going to break immediately and you need to pay for this fucking warranty package because of the price of labor on cars. And you're sitting there like, I thought I was buying something that was a good quality. Why?
Right, like, this is why I buy new and don't buy used cars. And I wish that I had enough trust in humanity to buy a used car, but I do not.
Well, and also like 9 times out of 10, if I don't want to buy 75, 100,000 miles on something. Mm-hmm. So when you look at low miles, you're paying the same as you're paying for a new car.
Yes.
Because like I looked at a used and I was like, it's crazy. Like everything is just so expensive.
I would buy, I think a used low mileage car would be if it was a luxury car.
Yeah.
But even then, it's kind of silly to not buy a used vehicle through a dealership and make sure that at least it's a certified used so that they have their own special warranties and shit that they've tacked on. So like, again, you're paying a surcharge for that though. So like, it's just all these different things that I'm like, I can't
It's a
wait
crapshoot.
to go there and then have them make me feel poor. And
Yeah.
like, because it's a lease. I can get $17,000 or $18,000 for my current vehicle. I'm not putting $17,000 or $18,000 down on a lease. I'm not stupid. So
Right. Right.
like max, I'm putting 10 down and I'm walking away with the rest and putting that towards my debt. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get away from
And
me.
that's what I told this guy, no. Can I ask why? I was like, I mean, I basically said to him, like, because we just spent a fuck ton on a car and I'm not spending a bunch on a warranty. Like, well, how long are you planning on driving it? Until the fucking wheels fall off because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Like, it is such an exasperating experience. And I just like, I'm like, man, I got this much time. Like, it was one of those, I had to take time off work to go do that. And the guy was trying to pressure me to come in at like 6:00. He's like, we're open till 7. And I was like, I have a toddler. So you want me to pick her up after a full day of daycare, drive an hour to you during dinner time, spend 2 hours with you, then pack her up and drive home an hour.
And then try to get her transitioned and calmed down for bed.
I would rather throw myself into traffic than do any of that. So I had to take time off work. And it's like, I'm sitting there like, man, I don't take time off work. Like,
well,
I don't anymore. I can't. So I'm like, I'm sitting here and you're going to give me nope. Don't have time for it. Don't have patience for it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you no, and we're just going to move on and give me the papers I have to sign and let me get the fuck out of here. And I was like, couldn't get out of there fast enough. And it's one of those, like, this process already sucks. And I don't want to be here. So let's just get this over with. You get your check and I leave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's the worst. I was so glad when we were like done with it. Like, oh my God.
I did just use this like headlight restorer kit because my headlights were like kind of hazy.
Foggy.
And
yeah.
Just because it's an 8-year-old car and has been parked outside and that's what happens.
Yep.
It worked so fucking good.
Did it?
I'm shook. Like,
wow. I see videos and I just always assume they're like edited.
No, I was like, well, I might have just like royally fucked up these lights. No, granted,
it's one of those like it gets worse before it gets better.
Well, that's just, and I'm like, maybe you can kind of see it when the lights are on. But at least when they're like off and you're looking at them, they look fine. They look brand new for $20. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was very impressed.
I love when that happens.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll definitely be getting more of like, because like the final step that like makes them all shiny and pretty is like a UV resistant coating. So I'll definitely be getting more of those wipes to put on both of our cars.
Nice.
Headlights so that doesn't happen. But 'cause apparently it's just the sun that like causes the
it like
the yellowing of the plastic. So.
Like causes it to like get yellow and like foggy and harden kind of. Right.
Yeah.
I want to do the Rain-X too. I have to get Rain-X for my windshield.
Oh yeah.
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a whole slew of things.
I know. And you get decision fatigue. You're like, I don't know what I want. I want somebody to just do it for me at this point.
That's the thing. Like, I know what I want, but then it's like
getting there.
In order to get like heated seats on a RAV4, I'm also getting a heated steering wheel. And then I'm like, well, a heating steering wheel is really nice because my hands are always cold.
Yeah, I don't have that and I'm real bummed about it.
And because Toyota packages those things together. But with Honda, it's not like a separate package. So if I want the heated steering wheel, I have to get the touring trim, not the one right below that. But then also Honda includes like the moonroof on everyone, on every car, and Toyota you have to like pay extra, and it's this panoramic moonroof and it's huge and blah blah blah.
Right, which I don't want the panoramic one. I just want the regular.
I just don't care. Like ultimately, more often than not, I forget that my moonroof is there because I close the shade anyway because I don't want the sun warming up the inside of my car. Yeah. So like more often than not, I forget about it. But if it's gonna be included, then we're gonna add this to the comparison sheet here and like see what we're looking at. And it's just like this whole thing.
It's exhausting.
That's just it. Like there's no standard of like, this is like, you must have one mid-level trim that includes all of these items. You must have one base level trim that includes all of these items, and like one like max level trim that includes all of these items. However you want to fill in the gaps in between those is your business, companies, but like, you have to have these 3 options for your drive lines no matter what. Like like
trying to find a minivan that had all-wheel drive that didn't get 12 miles per gallon was like, I think I had 2 options.
Oh yeah. And that's the other thing. There's very low availability right now for most of these cars.
I lucked out because they had one that was like already being built that wasn't spoken for yet. So I just like lucked out with my timing before, because we had looked before and they were telling me it was going to be like 3 months. And like, I remember when I went to look at a RAV4 before I got my last CRV, the dealership was basically like, you get in line. Like, that's nice that you're looking for that, but we don't even know the next time we're going to have one that's available.
Well, and a couple of weeks ago, I went to the Leah Toyota thing and they had one available on their lot. And they're showing me all these different like options, and I'm like, that's great. Like, whatever. And then like, he comes back to me with these prices, which were like some bullshit, frankly. But the thing was, I was like, well, on your website, you have this one posted and I want this one. What's the deal? Like, what happened here? And, it was like, oh, well, that one's already spoken for. And like, oh, then don't list it on your website. Like, is it available? Is it like, if I walked in with cash, that person loses their car? Like, what's the deal? So it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, guys, you're being very frustrating right now. So I very well may end up with a Honda again, even though I'm very mad at them.
Yeah. I think mostly because the dealerships are all being run by either the jock you went to high school with or a 20-year-old.
It's true. Yeah.
Frat boy.
Well, the 20-year-old inherited it from their parents, who were the jock you went to high school with.
Or they're like the guy who was always like maybe getting arrested in high school. It's that kid. It's the frat kid's friend, the one who inherited his friends all work there.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
And I was also frustrated because he went to show us the vehicle and of, ADHD hyperfixation. I had watched so many videos, and it was like such a big financial purchase that I felt like I needed to like really know the ins and outs. So I had watched so many videos that my spouse asked a question and the guy answered it wrong. And I was like, doesn't it have blah, blah, blah? He was like, oh yeah, ha, ha, ha. I was like, get me out of here. I gotta go.
When I was sitting in that RAV4 with that other salesman, I guess so in my current car, it's called brake hold. It's like a setting you can put on kind of if you're stuck in traffic or something. You put it on, and if you take your foot off the brake, your car won't automatically roll forward, kind of thing. And he was like, I'm not really even sure. He's like explaining this. He's like, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I'm not really sure what it's for. It's just, if you have it on and da, da, da. And I was like, do you know what it's good for? And he was like, no. I was like, my current car has this. And he like was astonished somehow that a 2018 car had this, which again makes me think that it's like a mandatory thing. But because I do not, I have like a base model. But in any event, I was like,
you find a YouTube video.
Well, I was like, what it's great for is when you're going through a drive-through ATM and you can't reach the buttons and you need to like lean out the window a bit.
Or put your car in, fully,
rather than putting your car in park, you can just put this on and you don't have to worry about rolling forward unless you somehow smash the gas pedal. And he was like, oh, wow, that's actually really smart. And I was like, yeah, it's actually really helpful. But it was just that thing where I was like, you are a child.
This is your job.
And also, you very clearly don't do things with your life. Like, this is a feature that's like somebody in some focus group said like, hey, you know what really bothers me when I'm driving around?
Yeah, you know what I hate?
And they've come up with a solution. And this guy can't be bothered to look at the focus group testing.
Watch a YouTube video.
Oh my God. I've been doing like,
just like,
because the other one I'm looking at is because Toyota has a Corolla Cross, which is like the,
oh yeah, it's like an SUV version, right?
Yeah, it's like a subcompact or something.
Yeah.
But it comes in hybrid. So I've been looking at that one as well. And it gets basically the same gas mileage, but it's just the sort of thing where I'm like, okay. You've got to do more to convince me that this other car is worth more money.
Yeah.
Than this one that has more features.
Yeah.
And is just a little bit smaller. Like you're
the
gonna
only
have to do more. But I've been watching all these videos that are like Corolla Cross versus RAV4, RAV4 versus CRV, like CRV versus Hyundai Tucson, like all these different things, because you have to. Like I also want to see it in real life, because also on the website, more often than not, they're using the stock videos from the manufacturer, which do something weird with the paint. I don't know what it is and why it all looks like it's like really shitty Photoshop, like putting the paint on the vehicle. But like, I just want to see what it actually looks like.
Yeah. Like the color, mine's green, and like the color on the stock photos they sent me, I was like, ugh. But then I watched a video of somebody outside, which your car is always outside.
Yeah. Where the car lives.
Like, right. It's one of those like, why are you showing me what this looks like indoors under fluorescent lighting? The setting that the car will literally never be in.
Yeah. When my car gets taken to NASA to be studied for science.
Yeah. Yeah. The same time I'm training to be an astronaut.
Right.
Is when they're going to be. Yeah. It's just one of those like, it's just very frustrating that sometimes the dealerships don't have like it's not the actual car. And it's like these weird, it's almost like AI videos of the car, honestly.
Yes. Yeah.
Like it's very
bizarre.
Yeah.
Because if anyone should have a good picture of the car, it's the manufacturer.
The ones who designed and made it.
Yeah. Like they have like, and then they have like their weird, like, oh, look at the gallery. And there's like these really artsy angles of the car. And I'm like, at no point am I squatting down by my rear passenger side tire, looking up at the side of my vehicle. Like the only time I'm doing that is when I'm putting air in the tire. That's
yeah. Which I better not have to do.
Right. Truly.
No, it is. It's a
like,
garbage
yeah,
process.
They just like, and it's like, oh, look at the car zoom and the background's blurry. Like, cool. What's it look like in this color?
Outside. Like, why are you showing me what it looks like parked in a mall?
I also saw one that like the interior color was like whatever beige, but it was like their fake leather, right?
Yeah.
But the picture from the manufacturer, it looked like Band-Aid color, and I was like, that can't be right. Right? Like I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
We're not going with fleshy, right?
Right. It was really off-putting.
I was looking for sand, not flesh.
Right. There's a pallor to this that I don't appreciate.
It's got veins in the seat, and you're like,
oh, gross.
Do we need to? You're welcome. Mwah.
Yeah, you're on one today. Good job.
I really am. That's like 3 now that I've gotten that are like Katie level jokes.
Proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we've yapped for an hour, so I guess we should do work.
Yeah. I guess.
So I was on Threads scrolling, and somebody mentioned like a new ADHD drug that was coming out, and I was like, really? And then someone else had like commented on that saying like, oh yeah, I was in the study for this. I loved that drug. It worked so good.
I was in the study.
Yeah. So
cool.
The medication, like the name of the drug is centanafadine or centanafadine. Centanafadine or centanafadine, however you want to say it. It's developed by Otsuka Pharmaceutical Development and Commercialization with the Otsuka Pharmaceutical Corporation. And it is in January, it was submitted for like priority review by the FDA. They're hoping by like July, maybe it'll be like approved to hit the market. So The medication is a norepinephrine, dopamine, and serotonin reuptake inhibitor. So it's a non-stimulant. It has low abuse potential as a result. It's just once daily for the dosage. And then the Otsuka says that the medication will provide broad spectrum symptom management and help to alleviate the symptoms of comorbid conditions like depression and anxiety, which could also, like they didn't say this, but I'm saying this, it could also then ultimately help reduce the number of medications you may have to take at all.
Yeah.
So the other thing is that they were studying it. I don't know that it's been moved to study children yet, but they were studying it at least in adolescents and adults. And like the side effect profile was like within acceptable limits is what they said. Like it looks like the primary side effects were like appetite suppression and some headaches sometimes. So
not that different from an SSRI.
Well, that's the same side effects that we'd see normally. So quick reminder, because I had to be reminded, norepinephrine is a neurotransmitter and hormone that drives your fight or flight response. It can increase your heart rate, your alertness, and your blood pressure. Serotonin is the neurotransmitter and hormone that's actually primarily found in your gut. About 90% of it is found in your gut. And is responsible for regulating mood, sleep, digestion, and wound healing. That serotonin acts as a natural mood stabilizer, promoting feelings of well-being and happiness, which is also why folks who are on like crash diets or have limited access to food have like such a reaction when they do get access to food again, and why they might be like, somebody might be moody if they're on a crash diet. You're having issues with your serotonin levels. PK and I have been watching this show called Alone, and every so often they'll like pop up like a little fun fact on the screen, and serotonin is often mentioned. Because it's like a survivalist show if nobody's ever seen it. But so that's serotonin. And then of course dopamine is your neurotransmitter feel good chemical that enables the brain signaling for pleasure, motivation, memory, and motor control. It's the hormone that reinforces behaviors by like wanting to do something. And it's also deficiencies in dopamine have been linked to Parkinson's disease, and depression and imbalances in dopamine are linked to addiction, ADHD, and schizophrenia. So the research suggests that there was some other research I was doing and part of this, but there's research to suggest that serotonin dysregulation in particular, so that's the one for regulating mood, sleep, digestion, and wound healing. Serotonin dysregulation can help explain the diverse and sometimes puzzling range of ADHD symptoms, because it's more than just the brain's attention, reward, and executive control circuits. It has a lot more to do with like your broader physiological and psychological health. So the idea, and we talked about this way back in the beginning, but there's this either our brains are scooping up that dopamine and serotonin and norepinephrine too fast, or it's our reuptake thingies are shutting off too soon and not allowing our brains to absorb it in a consistent manner, which is why we can have these like periods of mania appearing, type symptoms where we'll get like really into cleaning one day, and it's kind of like, well, where'd this come from? So because also super high levels of serotonin in your system can cause toxicity, and that's actually called serotonin syndrome. So yeah, it's just really interesting to see, because I think as far as its use for children is concerned, I think a lot of parents reasonably are concerned about putting their kids onto stimulant medication. And I think it's very reasonable. Like if PK and I ever have a kid, it's very plausible that they'll have ADHD at the very least. And I think it's reasonable as a parent to not want your child to be on a stimulant medication so that they don't have to potentially navigate their friends asking them for their meds. Or like trying to get friends by like, oh, just let me blah, 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 have your Adderall. If you have a non-stimulant medication, then it's not really appealing.
Right. And I feel like also it would cut down. I mean, well, I guess it would depend if you were on extended release or a quick release. But I'm thinking it probably gives you like a more stable blood dose that you're getting, like where you have that blood level, and like you would with an SSRI, as opposed to like a stimulant where I felt like it was just like a shorter acting, because I was usually doing the quick release. So I was like taking one and then it was going to be helping me for like this amount of time. Whereas I would feel like if I was on a medication like that would be giving me more of a balanced mental health approach, because also, I mean, we've talked about how comorbid all of these conditions are,
exactly
how co-occurring they are. So it's like, if I could have my anxiety, which triggers my depression, in check with my ADHD and not having to take an extra pill, that's
what I was thinking.
And how they're going to interact with each other. And what if I change one, is it going to change how this one works? Or if I have to tweak my dosage, like I just feel like it takes so much of the guesswork out of being medicated, which is great.
Absolutely. I actually saw a post on Reddit recently. I think it was this past week, but they were talking, it was I'm assuming it was the ADHD women sub, but they were talking about somebody said, which if you listen to this show, you know, but they said they just found out that your ADHD symptoms are so dependent on what part of your cycle you're on for your monthly menses. And so there was like a discussion going on and I was like, we already covered that. But in any event,
in depth,
but they were talking about it and how like, oh, this affects like my PMDD and da 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 da. And somebody in the comments was saying like, oh yeah, my prescriber gives me like writes my prescription for a month for 40 pills instead of 30, so that I have the additional doses I need when I'm in my luteal phase. And
nice.
Somebody replied and was like, oh, that's I didn't realize that was an option, which presumably it is. I don't.
If you have a doctor that's like,
yeah, I mean, it's still a controlled
receptive.
substance, but like you get the one prescription and like it's written for a month and like whatever. So, but yeah, it was like that kind of discussion. But even so, like you said, like how all of those meds are dependent on each other. If you could just take this one pill that addresses norepinephrine, serotonin, and dopamine,
that's amazing.
And then during those cycles, or if you're having like a particularly hard time, adding in a little like amuse-bouche of Lexapro, like if you're having like a really stressful time at work or whatever, then
or a quick release stimulant,
right?
That's a low dose. Yeah,
you're
incidentally
reducing the number of variables that you'd have to like juggle, because the one thing is constant, which is why like a lot of AFABs anyway, after menopause feel much more like stable across the board. Still going to have ADHD, still going to be a whack job if you know any postmenopausal ADHD women like the people hosting this show do. But but it'll be the same every day, as opposed to having these like fluctuations that we are currently dealing with. So, you know, again, it's trying to, in which granted, they only just started including women of childbearing age in studies anyway. But if you can, it's sort of like keeping all things constant. Right. If the only thing I have to worry about is my ovaries causing a mess, then at least I can manage that. Like, at least I can say like, okay, yes, this birth control works for me. No, this birth control doesn't work for me. And go from there, and like have your baseline be well controlled, and just this one pill and then you can add on or address other things as needed. So actually a pretty exciting development. I hope it gets approved.
That's
but they're
super
saying
exciting.
They're hoping for July, it seems.
And you think too, like, I'm sure over time, the more it's on the market, you'll see things like maybe, version of it that's got a heavier serotonin dose, so that in the winter you can switch to this other, not addition, but like this other version of this medication.
Right. Yeah.
That's it's the same formulary otherwise, but maybe
it's just
it has
like a
yellow
yellow pill
serotonin.
instead.
Right. Or like I need something, my anxiety is really bad this time of year, so let me switch to this one that's like a little bit more on the norepinephrine. So yeah, I'm sure like over time they're just going to fine tune that, and then I mean ideally there winds up being more than one option for people too. That's really cool. Yeah,
I was really excited to hear, and I truly just stumbled upon it on Threads. Like I just happened to see it, I mean it's nice to know also that they're still looking at different treatment options
yes,
for folks, that because I think what is the one, Strattera is a non-stimulant ADHD med that's like in the same class of medications as Wellbutrin, but like PK is allergic to Wellbutrin, so like he broke out in like full body hives, but not for like 6 weeks, because that's how long it took for like him to like ramp up. And I think that was something else I read about this medication, is that they don't expect to need that kind of like ramp up time with it, that you potentially would with other medication.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I'll have these in the show notes, guys. Don't worry. But they are expecting that for like families, and especially for like my brother, when he was little, he was really little. So when they were trying to medicate him for ADHD, the concern was the appetite suppression aspect of Ritalin.
Right.
And he was only on the short dose. They didn't really give him the high dose until he was much older, or the extended release dose until he was much older. But weight gain was a real problem because it really affected his appetite. And
yeah, it does.
Like couldn't be me. But but again, like having like, I just go back to thinking of like, as a parent, I wouldn't want my kid to feel like pressured or whatever by their friends because they took a stimulant medication for ADHD. So being able to like remove that temptation from everything they have to deal with being a teenager, going through being a teenager. But then also the idea that like, you also don't have to worry so much about like, is your kid eating enough? Like, are they actually healthy?
Yeah.
Do I need to give them extra vitamins or something? So, that other part of like that whole person health that, is really important.
And it is like, when you think about it, it's kind of surprising that they don't have more options like this, because it is so frequent to see that overlap between those diagnoses. Like, how do we not have something that addresses more than one?
Well, and like you
said, sometimes you luck out, like, if I'm taking an SSRI, it will help my anxiety. But it's like, well, right. ADHD like, is also kicking.
That's like, for me, especially, like I was at my annual physical like a month ago now. Exactly a month ago. But my doctor was like, oh, so like, do you think your medications are working? Like, especially since I had this surgery.
Right.
And so we were talking about that, and I was like, for the things that I can control, Lexapro is doing great. For maybe World War III, not so equipped to deal with that. But I don't know that it's fair to ask Lexapro to make me feel better about that.
The Lexapro's like, I'm only one person.
Yeah. Like, girl, no. I was created when the president was lying about getting beej and sexually assaulting an intern. That is the type of stress
when that was our craziest news story?
I mean, it's still fucking crazy. It's also crazy that it was sexual assault, and it has never really been billed that way.
No.
But also, like, there was like a whole thing. I'm gonna have to like find a podcast about that, because there was like, I just remember hearing the name Linda Tripp, and there was like at a bar recording somebody or something.
Oh, she was I think she was like a coworker of Monica Lewinsky, and I think she recorded their conversations.
But it was like, yeah, and she was doing like this undercover like spy work. It was so bizarre.
There was like one of those, you know how they did like one about the OJ trial, the guy who does American Horror Story. They did like one about that
dramatic reenactment thing.
Yeah, like I think they did one about the Menendez brothers. And they did one
the
about
OJ one was excellent. I didn't watch the Menendez brothers one.
Yeah, it was very good. The Menendez brothers one was, I think they took a lot of like liberties with the story.
Well, their story kept changing. So
well, fair. But the one about Monica Lewinsky was very good. It was Beanie Feldstein played Monica Lewinsky. She was good. She was a good choice.
Is it on Netflix?
I don't remember what I watched it on.
But yeah, so you know, and like you were like, for me, a lot of my anxiety comes as a result of like my executive dysfunction. And then things get so messy and I get so overwhelmed that I like completely shut down, and then I get anxiety because I'm completely shut down and I'm living in a sty, and like,
and then you get depressed.
Like, right. And then, and then I'm worthless, because what kind of 38-year-old grown adult can't just do laundry? Like, what is the problem? Just sweep the floor. Like, yeah, what's the deal? So it's like those types of things where, again, it's if you level that playing field and then see, like, do you actually have anxiety, or was that a natural reaction to the effects of ADHD? Because I think that's also part of it. Like, so often I think it's like you hear a lot of like the kind of like weaponized therapy speak of like, well, that's just my anxiety. And I'm like, well, not everything is anxiety. Like, having an uncomfy feeling and not wanting to do something isn't anxiety. Like, I don't know that we can just call it that. Like, it's this, I think it's very common when people say like, oh, it's my OCD, I just want it to be this way. That is not OCD. That is not thinking that like, if you don't say your prayers in the right order, or if you don't name every single person in your prayers, asking God to look over them at night, that they'll die. Yeah. Which also, that one in particular was mentioned by Christine on And That's Why We Drink recently, because she actually has OCD. And she like mentioned how she would like stay up really late trying to like say these prayers right, and how she was like convinced. And I was like, holy shit, like I did that. Like, and eventually I would fall asleep and like forget about it. So clearly for me, it did not turn into a disorder. But like, and then I was like, at what point, because I was raised Catholic and she went to Catholic school, so I was like, was there some sort of teaching that like if you didn't ask specifically for these people to be looked after by God, that they would not be looked after? But it was just that thing where I was like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
That wasn't also Vatican II.
I think it was also that, you know, the expectation of like you need to be asking God for these things. Oh, yeah. Like they like truly putting the weight of the world on your shoulders as a little kid. Like,
well, and it was just so interesting because all I could think was like, well, clearly, because she's like a couple years younger than us, but or she might be she's a couple years younger than you. She's about 5 years younger than me. But I was like, there is something, because she said she was like in 5th grade, and I remember doing this younger, like 2nd grade. So there had to have been some sort of message at some point that was going around in the mid 90s to indicate that that was something you should do. Like, I don't know. But it was just so interesting that like we both somehow internalized the same message, right, of like specifically asking for certain people to be looked after. And like, so it was just one of those things, like, but obviously I was able to walk away from that and not carry a lot of guilt and all like, you know, anxiety from it. But it was just very interesting, like how those different things get internalized by kids. And but it also, because like she grew up in Cincinnati, like I am from here, so again, it was just that thing where like it struck me as like, oh, that was crazy.
Well, and kids are very literal. Like they're, you know,
exactly.
as a little
Which
kid,
again, I was like, so somebody said something somewhere.
They're not
like,
understanding
my little
this,
baby
like
brain. Right.
Yes. They're not going to understand this concept. Like conceptually, you're, you know, asking for everyone around you to be safe and everybody that you love to be safe. But as a little kid, you're very literal. And it's, if I don't name every single person, I don't know.
Right. Exactly. So again, like there's like, so like the anxiety that is caused by OCD and everything that entails versus like anxiety caused by ADHD versus like freestanding anxiety that is just being anxious and like worrying and overthinking and constantly like going through all these like situations and whatever that might happen.
Right.
So yeah, the idea, especially I think if this medication gets approved for children, which I don't see why it wouldn't be. I mean, I haven't looked at any of like the numbers or anything with it, but if it can address all of those things kind of at the same time, then perhaps we can move towards the myth that adults don't have ADHD, but like something more like, yeah, I kind of grew into my ADHD as opposed to never outgrowing it, which is how I think they view it now. But it's more like, okay, I have all these things, whatever. It's all pretty balanced. And then moving on with your life and not having to sort of stack on top of like every new
system that you develop. Right. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't even untease the, like, it's just been so long and it was unregulated for so long that now it's like so ingrained in how I operate that I wouldn't even be able to like tease it apart and know which.
I mean, I definitely had it always, but because even kids I went to elementary school with were like, well, yeah, no shit, Katie. But I didn't get diagnosed until I was 34.
Yeah.
So 4 years ago. And so I think ending up with PTSD and everything that came from is kind of what made, like you said, like all those coping strategies that you come up with being unmedicated and undiagnosed, like those were no longer working. Nothing was working because I was dealing with PTSD. So then it just brings everything to the forefront of like this.
The house of cards like collapses.
Yes. Yeah.
When you're adding something like that.
So I do think that had I not ended up with PTSD, I would not have bothered pursuing an ADHD diagnosis probably. I mean, I might have, but I don't think I would have felt that my symptoms were sufficient to justify a diagnosis.
Yes, if I had not had a job that was so horrible and such a bad fit for me that it didn't like force me into therapy with the first fucking person I could find who specialized in ADHD, who was like, I think this is ADHD.
Did you know that they specialized in ADHD when you picked them? Like, is that why you chose them?
I don't remember. I know that it was like I need to find somebody like yesterday.
Though I only ask because the therapist that I currently see specializes with teens and children who have ADHD and autism. And I just like happened to find her. Yeah. So like we click really well, but kind of just like stumbled upon being something that she's very like well versed in. So
right. Like kind of I was just wondering. In. Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember if I sought her out for that reason, because I thought that might be going on, or if it was like an accidental thing. I don't remember. I do remember finding somebody specifically. She was a psychiatrist, somebody that could prescribe, because I felt like that was potentially what I needed. Oh, and then took it, and it was that like the whole time.
Truly. Which is also like how I felt when I took Lexapro in the like, when did I started that maybe 3 months after I was attacked. So, but even then it was like the whole time I was just like fumbling around in the dark, and I could just like take this med. And
a week later I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
This feels so much better. It's yes, the whole time I was struggling like this for how
I also
long?
think about that even with men with ADHD, because they don't have fluctuating hormones. They're on a 24-hour hormone cycle. And even that, I'm like, the whole time. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm doing really well digesting this information.
Yeah. Thriving, in fact.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's really interesting. That's really cool. And I'm excited about it too. I want to see like how it plays out and if it's effective for people. Because I'd probably be more likely to do that. Because like I also don't want to go on a stimulant because I have high blood pressure. That's like not a great combo. So
for sure.
I also just feel like at this stage in life, I couldn't focus even if I wanted to focus, because I'm just between like supervising a team of people at work and like training people and just getting pulled for like,
is better that you don't focus.
Yes. Like, because I wouldn't be able to like,
right.
I mean, it's, like, even if I was capable of doing that, I'm like in a season of life where if I can focus on something for 3 minutes, that's a lot, because I just get interrupted so often. Home, personal, it doesn't matter. So, at this stage, I'm like, oh, there's no point. There's no point. There won't be a point for a while. And that's what I'm like, maybe like when I'm like through the thick of it and, you know, things have stabilized a little bit and you don't have kids that are constantly getting sick and, you know, in a few years, but like right now it just doesn't make any sense for me.
The good news is though, that with this second kid, like any illness that your older one has, like we'll just immediately give it to the baby. So you won't,
what I'm
like,
anticipating.
it won't be like as prolonged of this like building up an immune system thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that we have like a quicker.
Yeah.
Although a friend of mine, her baby, who at the time, I don't know, she was like 8 months old. Maybe they just all got COVID, and then her daughter's been like cycling through ear infections, and it's like.
So maybe this will make your friend feel better. So when I was an infant, my mom, up until I was like 3.5, she almost had to do like the cystic fibrosis, like taps on my back to like drain my sinuses, because I was born in December and got some sort of cold or whatever. And it got stuck in my sinuses, because at a certain point your sinuses seal and then they unseal after when you're about 2.5, 3.
And all your passages are so tiny. So that for that kind of congestion to clear is like impossible.
So maybe that's like, it'll pass with your friend's child. But like my mom was like, oh, it was terrible. Like she's like, she put me, like she'd sit down and like cross her legs out in front of her kind of, and then put my head down towards her feet and like just cough or tap on my back so that it would just like get some of the phlegm out. Yeah. And, but she's like, you were just so miserable.
It is. And it's sick. Like the other thing that's really frustrating is when there's congestion like that, and like between congestion and like little kids getting a cough, those are just
sounds so bad.
They take forever to go away. There's nothing I can really do aside from over the counter things. And it interrupts their sleep, which means it interrupts your sleep. And then you'll have school being like, yeah, she didn't nap because she's coughing. And you're like, there's nothing I can do.
Right.
Like there's nothing I can do to help. You can't really give them cough medication. You can't really give them anything.
There's not even like nighttime cough medication for kids. Like it's not like there's a sedative.
You're literally
which is, like, good. Don't give kids sedatives.
But there's times where I have to like turn the volume off or turn the volume down on the baby monitor, because I'm waking up with every cough. I don't have a cough myself. But like no one's sleeping.
Yes.
So it is just, and then like you don't feel better because you're not sleeping. So it's just this like loop. And the winter times are really rough. So I'm also knowing that I just have to get through like the worst of it for the first couple years in daycare, and you know, building up that immune system, and then we can be like on the upswing where we're not getting sick as much.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go. Let's get over the hump and start feeling human again. It's a joy.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
And it's one of those, like, you just do it. Like, there's no
right. Yeah,
you just
there's
get
that
through
too.
it.
Yeah.
But I also have an idea of what is to come, and trying to psych myself up for that, and it's hard.
Although your spouse didn't really travel much this past winter, so which is very different than the first winter with your first kid. So hopefully he'll still stick around this time. Otherwise, he will surely never hear the end of it from PK.
No, that was rough. And it's bad too, because I know he also feels guilty when he has to do it.
Yeah.
And we don't have we really don't have a regular living situation. Like, we have animals to take care of, and like there's just like a lot of stuff going on all the time. So I think it does, which then falls on me. So it's it's hard times over here. Yeah.
But I do think it'll
very
be
glad
better.
it's spring.
I do think it'll be better with, like, however he's kind of changed things so that he doesn't have to travel quite as much.
Yeah.
Because at least, especially in the winter, it's rough.
The winter's rough. Yeah, it's really rough.
I just feel like travel.
It's kind of like when you, like with a newborn, you do stuff during the day, and obviously you're tired during the day, but things always feel harder when it's like the middle of the night. Even if it's something run of the mill, it just feels like overwhelming and hard. And I just feel like the wintertime is the same thing. Like, it's just a time of year where it's just like harder. It's like physically difficult to be outside. And if you're not dressed appropriately and the weather change, whatever it is, like, things are changeable and also difficult, and there's no sun. Yeah.
The way I would describe it is, in the winter with a small child, is the same as getting your belt loop stuck on a doorknob every single time. Like every 15 steps. That's that, like,
or like when you're chewing something and you bite your cheek, and then like 6 hours later you're chewing something and you bite the same spot in your cheek. It's like that on a loop.
Yeah.
For years.
Right. But like in the winter, I feel like that's what it, like,
it's just very hard.
That thing of like, you're already stressed, and then your belt loop gets stuck on the doorknob, and you just lose it. Like that sort of like visceral, like very raw, sort of like feral reaction.
And then also whatever they're bringing home, you're also getting.
That too.
But you have to use a week of sick time to take care of your child that's sick. And then when you get it, you just have to go back to work and keep going through the motions, even though you're sick.
Right. And you can't take the sedative cough syrup because you have to be awake to care for the child.
Yes. And to get up for work in the next morning. So it is, it's rough. It's really rough. Like, I get these people. I don't get it. I want to say, like, I kind of get it. Like, people that are like homeschooling and like staying away from other people and not vaccinating and like really kind of like off-gridding. Like, I get it in the sense that you just want to avoid it because it's hard, but like also is ultimately healthy for them because they are building an immune system and they are going to be a little bit more durable as they get older. And, also like laws, and it's important not to expose your children to diseases that could kill them for no reason other than pseudoscience.
Now you tell
but me. From the wanting to just avoid it, I can totally understand that.
Yeah. I'm trying to find. Where the fuck is it? There's a book that just came out that Anne Hathaway bought the rights to.
Oh, yesteryear.
Yes.
I'm on the wait list for it at the library right now. I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, so it looks really good. So for those who don't know, it's about a trad wife who
Like influencer.
Yeah, like a trad wife influencer, like raw milk, the whole nine, anti-vax, like wakes up one day and is in 1855 world and is living in the world with raw milk and no vaccines and like whatever. So like the synopsis I read was amazing, but it was one of those things where I was like, oh yeah, I actually have to read this book. Like that sounds really, really good. So but yeah, it's maybe
I'm like 19th in line for it right now at the library. But I was
I like screenshot it because there was somebody on Reddit that was talking about it, and which is why I don't know why I can't find it right now. But somebody was like, yeah, there's 420 people ahead of me, and I was like, oh, what about like a Kindle version? Like, surely there's a digital copy of this book.
I did just I'm finishing right now. I'm finishing an audiobook. Because I downloaded like the audiobook app that goes with our library system. And was able to like listen to a book that like I definitely wouldn't have been able to like sit and read just because I don't have the fucking time.
Well, yeah.
To sit and read, and I immediately fall asleep. But I was able to like listen to it because things were a little slow at work for a few days, and I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
I probably don't absorb it like the same way. Like I probably do a little bit more like analysis when I'm reading it versus listening to it. But I'm like, I didn't particularly like the book, but then I didn't feel like I invested all this time in a book that I didn't even like. You know?
Well, right. And yeah, I used to have to drive a lot for work.
That's the best time for audiobooks.
And I listened to the audiobook of The Outsider by Stephen King.
And I listened to The Stand on a commute.
I like still it is one of my favorite books. Like the narrator was fantastic, but yeah, and like I remembered so much of it, but I had these like 2.5 hour each way drives to different courts across the state. So I was like, it was like an 18-hour book or something. Like it was incredibly long.
Yeah.
But it was perfect because I was able to kind of focus, but also like was doing something else that like otherwise I wouldn't. So like I kind of accomplished something, but which is also the other reason that I am a little bit grateful that I have a longer commute now because I can listen to things.
Oh yeah. Like, and that's normally my problem. I haven't been listening to a lot of like podcasts or audiobooks lately because my commute is short.
Yeah.
And I used to listen when I would like walk, and I just don't anymore. I like sneak in like 15 minutes or 20 minutes, but I'm not like going for like a 2-hour walk. Right. So it was really nice to like, and feel like I was like, oh, that's a book that I otherwise wouldn't have read from an author that I like. I didn't really like the book, but I was like, huh, wow. The bar's real low.
Well, yeah.
Ankle high.
Some would say.
But I thought that was a cool topic. I like that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we will see you guys again in 2 weeks. Until then, make sure you're following us on Instagram and Threads at The Bar is Ankle High. We are on TikTok. Haven't really been posting, but our TikTok is Ankle High Pod. And we have a Patreon at patreon.com/thebarisAnkleHigh. There you'll get video episodes and ad-free episodes. And there's also some bonus episodes in there. We did bonus episodes during our off season every month. There are extended episodes in the past. So there's a lot of content on there, and it's just $5 a month. And it supports us and helps us to like pay for some of the stuff associated with running this show. Also, another way to support us that's completely free is to leave us a 5-star review wherever you find us, and to write a review, if possible, anywhere you listen. And of course, share us with your friends. So rate, review, subscribe, you know the drill. But yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll have another topic at that point, one might hope. And until then, definitely keep calling your Congress members. Yeah, that's all I got.
because the bar is in hell.
It is. And at least as of April 18th, Trump is still president. But hopefully by the time you hear this, he's already gone. So.
Amen.
And this has been our church podcast.
Pray on it.
Because the bar is inclined.
Bye.
Bye.